Will Chelsea put the Foxes to the sword, or will Leicester City go back to the Midlands with all the spoils? Watch until the end of this preview to hear all of my thoughts on tomorrow's match. Hello people, welcome to my channel, welcome to another video. This is my Chelsea vs Leicester City preview for the game which will be taking place tomorrow at Stamford Bridge in the Premier League with kickoff at 4:30 PM UK time. So what I'm going to do for you guys in terms of this preview is that firstly, I'll be giving you guys the team news concerning both sides, and as always, I'll be starting off with the team news concerning the home side, which in this case will be Chelsea. Then I'll be giving you guys my lineup based on the team news in which I'm going to give you. I'll also be giving you guys my 4 things in which I believe the Chelsea first team needs to do against Leicester City tomorrow. And finally, I'll be giving you guys my score prediction along with Charlie Nicholas's score prediction and some of Google's probabilities. So without further ado, let's get straight into this preview. So kicking things off with the Chelsea team news, there are 2 stories concerning the Chelsea first team, and the first one is to do with Andreas Christensen, and that's that he'll face a late fitness test after limping off in the UEFA Super Cup on Wednesday against Liverpool. Now I'm not entirely sure what injury he limped off with, but hopefully he's okay, and that's the first story concerning the Chelsea first team for you guys. The second story concerning the Chelsea first team is to do with Antonio Rudiger, Willian, Callum Hudson-Odoi and Reece James. And the first part of this story explains that Antonio Rudiger and Willian could make their return to the starting 11 or the starting 18, but Callum Hudson-Odoi and Reece James are still out with their respective leg injuries. But that is it for the Chelsea team news. Now moving straight onto the Leicester City team news now. There are also 2 stories concerning the Leicester City first team, and the first one is to do with Filip Benkovic. Now I'm not entirely sure if that's how you pronounce his name, so please let me know how you pronounce his name in the comment section below if you can. But he is still sidelined with an ankle problem, but there are no new injury concerns for the Leicester City first team. Now the second story concerning the Leicester City first team is to do with their new signing, which is midfielder Dennis Praet, or Praet, however you pronounce his name, and that's that he could make his debut following his summer move from Sampdoria. But that is the team news for you guys, nice and simple. But yeah, that is it for you guys. I know I said that twice, but yeah, that is it. That is it for the team news. Now for my lineup, and as always, starting off with the formation. Yes, you guys will be very surprised to hear that I've actually changed it up a little bit, and I've actually gone with a 4-3-3. Now the reason why I've done so is because of the fact that we used it against Liverpool in midweek, and it worked a treat, to a certain extent, shall I say. But just before I dive into the personnel, I'm just going to say that I would not be surprised at all if Frank Lampard does not choose a lineup similar to the one in which I've gone with, because of the fact that most of the players in which I've chosen did play 120 minutes, and some of them did of course take penalties. So like I said, I'd not be surprised if come the time I'm doing my team sheet reaction tomorrow, I'm reading out a completely different lineup to the one in which I've chosen. But I've gone with Kepa in goal. I've gone with a back 4 from right to left of Cesar Azpilicueta, Kurt Zouma, Antonio Rudiger and Emerson Palmieri. I've gone with a midfield 3 of Jorginho, N'Golo Kante and Mason Mount. And I've gone with a front 3 from right to left of Pedro Rodriguez, Tammy Abraham and Christian Pulisic. So that is the lineup in which I've gone with. Let me know what your thoughts on my lineup are down in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to respond. Sorry for stuttering there. Let me know what your lineups are down in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to respond. But that is my lineup, and here is a graphic showing you what my lineup looks like. Now for my 4 things in which I believe the Chelsea first team need to do against Leicester City tomorrow afternoon. The first thing in which I believe the Chelsea first team must do against Leicester City tomorrow is that they need to stop their fullbacks from getting forward. Leicester City do have some pretty good fullbacks in Ricardo Pereira and Ben Chilwell, who have caused us problems in the past. So that is why I believe that we need to stop their fullbacks from getting forward, and that is the first thing in which I believe the Chelsea first team needs to do against Leicester City tomorrow. The second thing is kind of an elaboration on the first thing in which I believe the Chelsea first team needs to do tomorrow, but the second thing in which I believe the Chelsea first team needs to do tomorrow is that they need to mark key players out of the game. Jamie Vardy, Harvey Barnes, James Maddison, the list goes on. They are all key players, and they've all caused us problems in the past, particularly in our 1-0 loss against them back in December of 2018. But yes, that is the second thing in which I believe the Chelsea first team needs to do against Leicester City tomorrow. The third thing in which I believe the Chelsea first team needs to do against Leicester City tomorrow, and this one is very important because of the fact that we did play 120 minutes against Liverpool in midweek. But the third thing is that we need to press when necessary and remain organised in all areas of the pitch. If we do not do so, then Leicester City will pick us apart because they do have pace in their team and they do have some pretty clinical players, for example Jamie Vardy. But that is the third thing in which I believe the Chelsea first team needs to do against Leicester City tomorrow. And the fourth and final thing in which I believe the Chelsea first team must do against Leicester City tomorrow is that they need to be clinical. Last week we saw what will happen if we were not clinical, and it was terrible. We lost 4-0 to Manchester United. We did have chances. We actually had more chances than them. We had more shots on target, but of course we didn't put any of them in the back of the net. So that is the reason why I have gone with this as my fourth and final thing, and that is my fourth and final thing. We quite simply need to be clinical. But those are my four things in which I believe the Chelsea first team needs to do against Leicester City tomorrow afternoon at Stamford Bridge in the Premier League, of course. Let me know what your four things are down in the comment section below, and as always I'll do my best to respond. But those are my four things in which I believe the Chelsea first team must do against Leicester City tomorrow. Now getting straight into the last section of this preview, which is of course the predictions section. And starting off with Charlie Nicholas's score prediction, he has gone with a 2-1 Leicester City win. His reasonings for doing so are a bit long, so I'm going to try and read through this as quickly as possible. But the reason why he's gone with a 2-1 Leicester City win is because he can see pain and suffering for Chelsea. Frank Lampard is playing youth team players at Old Trafford because he is left with no other scenario, but his anger at not being able to drag people off the treatment room is a reflection of where Chelsea are, but also of where Leicester City are. Brendan Rodgers will play pass and move, but this is different. This is Leicester City. Is he going to change from what we saw at the end of last season? Yes, he will, but it will take time. Ross Barkley will struggle here because Leicester City keep the ball well and move it, so he will see less of the ball to make things happen. If it has been a change of circumstances at Leicester City and massively so at Chelsea. This weekend is about Lampard getting his team over the line. Sorry for stuttering there. It is going to be a rollercoaster ride of a season, and they will not make the top four. I'm going to go for a surprise score in this one. This is not a negative throw towards Frank Lampard. I wish him well. This team will just take time to truly understand what they are, and they will be more exposed at home than they will away from home, in my opinion. So that's exactly why Charlie Nicholas has gone over 2-1 Leicester City win. Slightly harsh in my opinion, but we'll just have to see what happens in tomorrow's match. Now moving on to Google's probabilities, and by the way, these are Google's probabilities at the time of recording, so they are bound to change, but they have gone with a 56% chance of a Chelsea victory, a 25% chance of a draw, and a 19% chance of a Leicester City victory, which in my opinion is very harsh because Leicester City are a very good side. They are a very dangerous side and a side that did cause us trouble last season. But yes, Google clearly believes that Chelsea are the favourites for tomorrow's match. Now to conclude this preview, I'm going to give you my score prediction, and I have actually gone with a 3-1 Chelsea win, and the reason why I've done so is because I think that the players will have the desire to put last week's 4-0 defeat to rest. Our 4-0 defeat to Manchester United to rest with a win and a decent performance. This will be Frank Lampard's first home match in charge of Chelsea, and that can only mean that the fans will be up for it. As well as that, the racial abuse in which Tammy Abraham endured after Wednesday's defeat to Liverpool in the UEFA Super Cup will have angered everyone at the club, including the fans, the players, and of course Frank Lampard, and most certainly Tammy Abraham himself. And I, for this reason, have a feeling that Chelsea will leave everything on the pitch tomorrow. So that's exactly why I've gone with a 3-1 Chelsea win. And on the topic of the racial abuse in which Tammy Abraham endured after the game on Wednesday, it is absolutely despicable that he has had to endure that after a missed penalty. What does a missed penalty have to do with someone's skin colour? I do not know. It's absolutely ridiculous. I have been racially abused before. I've been racially abused on my YouTube channel, and it feels disgusting. But trust me, Tammy Abraham, he should be able to, he should rise from it, and I'm sure he will. Hopefully he starts tomorrow so that he can prove a point, and hopefully he does score tomorrow, because it would be very nice if he does score and prove those racist bastards wrong. Of course they're wrong, but you know what I mean. Hopefully he scores. It would be very nice if he does score, and it would be very fitting. But yeah, it's absolutely despicable, and it's putting a bad name on the fans who do not wish to make racist remarks towards our players. And for me, those Chelsea fans, because they are not Chelsea fans, those fans, so-called Chelsea fans who made those racist remarks, should never be allowed to go to a Chelsea match ever again. I do not care. It's getting too much now. Fans of other clubs are going to come out and say that we're a racist club when that is just not the case, and it's so clearly not the case. But yes, that's my thoughts on the racial abuse in which Tammy Abraham endured. I am sorry for stuttering, and I'm sorry if I didn't make it too clear. And that is the end of this preview. Let me know what your thoughts on the game are down in the comment section below. Let me know what your score predictions for the game tomorrow are in the comment section below. And also let me know what your thoughts on the racial abuse in which Tammy Abraham endured after Wednesday's game against Liverpool in the UEFA Super Cup are in the comment section below. And as always, I'll do my best to respond. And for this particular topic, I'd love to hear your thoughts. So please do comment. Please do put your comments in the comment section below. That is the end of this preview. Thank you all for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you're new, and I'll see you all very soon for some more videos. My next video will be, of course, my team sheet reaction, which will be done less than an hour before tomorrow's game. Come on, you Blues. Come on, Frank Lampard. Let's get the win against Leicester City. Hopefully we get the win anyways, and peace. See you all very soon.